Are we live now?
Hello, world.
Apparently.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
Michelle.
we are.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Trace. I forgot I'm not doing class tonight, am I? I don't have to say hello to anybody. You're in charge, Ellie. Over to you.
Hi, okay. Hi, Sue. Hi, Dee. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Doreen. Who else have we got? I'll just scroll back up. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Michelle. And hi to everyone else who hasn't said hello yet.
Come on, scroll down a bit. You've got Doreen and Kari. God, I have to do everything.
And then I said hello to everyone else.
Log on to, not Facebook, to the one. What's it called? YouTube. Oh, good. There's nobody there yet. That's all right. Bonus.
Oh, I've not got YouTube open. I don't know if anyone's asking questions on YouTube.
No, well, don't worry. Mark can be in charge of that.
Okay, Mark, you're on YouTube duty because
this is going to be really hard, giving over control to somebody else.
You do it every night after class.
it's me, though.
Yeah.
Don't be worried, everyone. Oh, and we've got Sarah and Susan and Sue and Vicky. See, we're not on our own.
No, I didn't think anybody would turn up tonight.
Why would we want to know what Cal does? We see her every week.
I don't know what Cal does. I think we're going to have some fun.
Hi, dear. Hi, Vicky. And we're all, I think we're good. We're going to give everyone a couple of minutes, or do you want to dive in?
No, I'm just highly amused by the fact I've got Facebook on in the background, and it's got the what do you call it?
The
auto cue, not cue, the text.
Oh.
The subtitles, captions. Thank you. Yes, that. And I'm still Cal Summers.
I can't see subtitles on mine.
Yeah, well, they're amusing because it always says that my name's Cow, C-O-W.
What's mine?
I don't know. Say Ellie.
Ellie.
I'll tell you in a minute. We lag a bit.
We lag.
Oh no, it's
we lag in real life.
I know. Yeah, I know, but there is a lag. Ellie, you come up as Ellie. Yeah. What can I say? Nice to see sunflowers. Blue and yellow.
Thank you. Yeah, we like a bit of yellow. Bright, just a bit of sunshine for your March morning. Evening.
Morning.
Evening. I'm working backwards.
I'm not working backwards. Facebook doesn't understand anything about me, I'm afraid.
Facebook doesn't like Northerners.
No, we're both Northerners, aren't we? So, just on the wrong side of the Pennines. You are.
No, you're on the wrong side.
Yeah, and you're in the but you're a bit too south. Sorry. I might get him to turn around later. You can ask him a question.
Right.
Yeah,
come on,
questions for Mark. Send them in.
Last. Yeah, questions for Mark as well would be good.
Mm-hmm. Has anyone in the comments got any sections this evening? And I said this morning again.
This is weird being in front of the camera. I want to just like pull faces.
I know. I'm like,
I shouldn't have done that. I've got a really sore nose.
Just checking myself out
now. In class, you just don't know.
How you doing?
Kelly's fussy cutting. What's the matter? What? I said Kelly is fussy cutting while she's listening to us. Mind your fingers.
It was my little fingers.
Michelle says turn around and wave, dear. No, not you. I knew this was going to disintegrate. Okay. My accent's very northern. No, it's because I've lived down here too long. But I'll tell you, if I go up north to family, it does change quite a bit. And if you give me a point, it'll change quite considerably, and I go back to being. I got accused of being home counties the other day. I wasn't best impressed being a Lancashire lass. Far too posh. Anyway, there we go.
Whenever I leave Yorkshire, I get more Yorkshire because it's like people need to know that I'm from Yorkshire, so that they need to hear it.
Is it like, like being vegan or vegetarian in my case? You just make sure everybody knows because you tell them. So is it the same with being Yorkshire? You just say, I'm from Yorkshire. I'm from Yorkshire.
Whenever I go over the border to Cumbria, I'm like, all right, everyone now, do love.
Nothing wrong with Cumbria. That's where my mother's family's from. No, it's true. Actually. Yeah.
We try not to go over the border too much because
yeah, because you don't like to feel insignificant, do you?
We have a first question. If you could crop with 3 people, living or dead, who would it be and why?
I didn't see that. I kind of like cropping with dead people because I don't feel that I ever have to prove myself or compare myself in any way because they can't scrap because they're dead. Oh, sorry. Right, if I could crop with 3 people, living or dead, who would it be and why? Are you sure Percy's listening? I think that it will be. There's 2 actresses who I think are mega fun. Okay, and I love Judi Dench and Maggie Smith. I think they are amazing, and I would say that I'd love to have an afternoon tea with them, and then a bit of afternoon delight with Jason Momoa. No, not allowed. Not what you meant. Jeez. All of you, Mark, and me.
It's such a lie, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, you want an honest answer? I'd crop alone, completely on my own,
in the middle of nowhere, in a hut, in the middle of the Lake District.
Yeah, that's it exactly. That's exactly what I do. I know that sounds really terrible, but actually, I would, because I'm. Unlike a lot of crafters who, are lovely and like to share, I don't touch my stuff. No, that's not true either. I don't know. That is a really hard one. I would love to crop with Vicky B. I'm not going to call her by name because I always pronounce it wrong and I'm not going to embarrass myself again. I'd love to crop with her. And I would like to, I'm just trying to think about crafty people that I'd like to crop with. Yeah, definitely. That's really hard. The obvious one, I would say, would be my mum, who isn't here and hasn't been for the best part of 18 years. But I'm not sure that she's terribly crafty, and we'd probably just not get anything done because we'd be too busy laughing. Yeah, Vicky B, Queen Elizabeth I, and Judi Dench.
It says your accent isn't very northern.
No, I know it's not. No, we moved down south when I was in my formative years, and that's why I don't sound to the Midlands. But I do absolutely 100% believe I'm a northerner, because why not?
It runs in your veins.
It is. It absolutely is. Just from the right side of the Pennines. Well, actually, it's the left side of the Pennines.
You see, the difference is you moved. I didn't move.
My parents made me do it.
Oh, has anyone else got any questions, or should I dive into some that I've got here?
Go on.
Okay, so we have. Which hobby did you find first, scrapbooking or bookmaking, and how did one morph into the other?
Neither.
Go on then, do share.
Okay. When I was in my late teens, I started doing patchwork, hand sewn. Okay, bring that question up a bit more, because it's a good one. But yeah, so when I was in my late teens, I thought I'd make some easy money, and I thought that patchwork cushion covers were the way to go, hand sewn, which was an absolutely stupid idea because they take forever. and I didn't sell them. I kept them, and it just was a disaster. And then that actually morphed into cross stitch. I used to do loads and loads and loads of cross stitch, and cross stitch got me through a very difficult time in my life, I have to admit. But at that point, I'd just started scrapbooking. So we're talking about 20. No, is that right? No, I must have been scrapbooking for quite a bit before that. But I remember the first time I ever saw a book. I think it was on YouTube. It's somewhere. I'd seen a video or some photos of a book, and I just thought, oh, it's just so amazing. And it was graphic 45 paper, and I just thought, I want to have a go at that. And I think it was, I can't remember which one it was, but it was just amazing. And it was like a board book, so it was really simple. And I don't know. I find it easier to make a book and to make a book look good than a scrapbook layout. I know that sounds really weird. I just find them easier to do. Scrapbook layouts can be a bit technical, and I am so guilty of constantly comparing myself to other people, which is a terrible, terrible failing that a lot of crafters have. So I would say the scrapbooking came first, absolutely. That morphed in, and I can tell you where the first time I didn't make a book exactly, but we were living in Germany, and I bought a sort of a scrapbook, but it wasn't a scrapbook like, we do 12 by 12 scrapbooking. It was one of those old-fashioned type photo books, and I was fascinated by the way it was made and looking at that, and that's kind of how it happened. But the business side of it, I actually started off making framed scrapbook layouts to sell at craft fairs and stuff. And I made a couple of books as well, because that was what I was interested in. And I can remember this one specific craft fair. It was in an old stately home. It was at Christmas, and I got a scrapbook there that I'd made. And I'd made it from scratch. It was my design. I'd used goodness knows how much paper, because it was top quality, top-notch paper. I must have spent about £70 on making this book, plus the week that it'd taken me to design it and put it together. And I got it up for £125. And this lady came up and she said, "Why is it so expensive?" And I thought, this isn't the game for me. This isn't for me. And that was why I thought, you know what? People in the UK, I think, I don't know whether it's a case of don't understand or don't appreciate handmade to a big degree, but we love to make. So I just figured that maybe teaching was the way forward. I stupidly thought that having my own business would mean that I would get lots of crafting done. No.
I mean, on one hand you do, but it's not for yourself.
I haven't crafted for myself for 5 years. But that's not to say that I don't enjoy what I create. But I will say that what we do in class, if I wasn't doing that and I was making for myself, you wouldn't recognise the two things. They'd be completely and utterly different. There you go.
There you go.
I didn't really answer that, did you? Did it? So it wasn't scrapbooking, it was cross stitch.
Yeah, it wasn't either. Cal, do you ever lose your mojo? And if so, what gets it going again? I'm guessing just
all the time, actually. Well, no, all the time. Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. My father said to me about 18 months ago what would happen when I ran out of ideas. And until that point, I'd never even thought about it. And ever since then, it's made me quite anxious. Like, what if I do run out of ideas? What am I supposed to do? Which has made it more difficult to create because it's in the back of my mind. And that sounds a bit silly. It's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But what do? I Pinterest and YouTube. Absolutely. And I'll just sit and I'll, jot a few ideas down. Funnily enough, I would say at the moment, my mojo with regard to scrapbooking it's not there because I haven't done any for such a long time of any great consequence. I've done, we do our layouts for, retreats and stuff. But every time I start again, I realise how much I've missed it. But then I kind of like move away. It's a difficult one. But yeah, I would say definitely, absolutely, I lose my mojo quite a lot. But I think some of that is like self-inflicted. Pinterest and YouTube.
I think things like Instagram and Facebook groups and stuff are quite helpful to some people as well.
Yeah, and this is going to sound I think it's going to sound a little bit pretentious, but when I see in our group in Paper Scissors, when I see the books that other people have made that are like books that my books, that inspires me. It there is no feeling in this world, I don't think, creatively, like seeing somebody's take on something that you've originally put together. And half the time I look at it and I think, oh, why didn't I think of that? Which is really frustrating. But it's just so, I don't know, it is the best feeling in the world, just seeing that. And then if that isn't enough to, get you going again, then I don't know what is. There you go.
I mean, I can vouch that for myself as well. Seeing people like resize them and use them in different ways, and seeing it in different papers, I think massively helps see the book as a separate unit to its purpose.
Yeah,
the papers really do make a difference, and when you see it made differently, it's lovely.
Definitely agree.
Right, we've got another one. What other types of crafts do you do beside making albums? I've lost the chat, so you're gonna have to bear with me as well.
Well, I don't. I used to, but these days I just don't get a chance. I used to teach mixed media, which after this weekend and doing that blog hop, it's got me going again, and I'm thinking, I'd like to have a go at that. But I used to love it. You really enjoy that, and bizarrely getting messy, even though I really don't like having sticky fingers. But I'll tell you what I would like to try that I've never tried. I really want to have a go at macrame. I like tying myself in knots, so what can I say? But no, I'd really like to have a go at macrame. I really would.
Yeah, I would as well. It looks like I like when you see the plant pot holders and stuff.
So 70s, but so cool.
I find it so exciting. It's really sad. Okay, next one is regarding crafting. What is your least favourite?
What, my least favourite craft? Does it have to be one that I've tried? I'll tell you, I can't paint. Right, I have a friend, Leslie, who started watercolouring, I'm guessing about 18 months ago or so. And I am not kidding. This woman is a genius. She just I've actually got one of her paintings downstairs, and they're just so lovely. They're just amazing. And I know I've tried watercolour and painting. I did actually do A-level art at school, which was very much based on drawing. And quite frankly, we're very, very lucky that I passed it, because I can't draw. I absolutely can't draw. So anything drawing related is absolutely not my favourite. And writing cutting guides is also not my favourite.
Oh, and do you ever sleep, and do you dream books?
Sleeping is for wimps. However,
that's from Wendy.
Is that Wendy? I do. I have dreamt books before. I know that sounds like I'm sounding like a complete weirdo here, aren't I?
No, I dream books.
I do. Although, oh no, I can't tell you. But I was talking to a friend today about some weird dreams that I've had, which were quite. Yeah, I know that one. You know the one I mean.
You're gonna have to tell me about it.
I can't on camera. But if anybody wants to know what my dream was about, you'll have to message me. But anyway, apparently it's about being in control.
Oh, okay. See what kind of dream it could be. Do you keep a sketchbook of ideas, or do you use another way to remember your ideas when you have them in the moment?
This is my bin. Let me just see. I have a lot of bins all over the place. I'm not sure whether this is going to have one in here, but you will find in my bin an awful lot. No, the scrappy little bits of paper that have got designs drawn on them. There is one some. Oh, glad you can't see my desk. I do have somewhere.
I've got one as well. Here's one I sketched earlier. can't find any of mine. But yeah, I do the same. So. Yeah.
My shopping list. I can't even read that. Something with gusset, accordion, and Libby. I don't know what that was about. But yes, I do. But then I lose them. I don't know. I lose them and I have to start from scratch. But there are bits of paper everywhere that have got odd bits of drawing. And I have to say, I'm not the only one in our house that does this, because that's Mark's working out of one of the boxes.
Yeah. I'm the same. So I think it must be the only logical way of doing it, because I've got so many pieces of paper scattered around this house with measurements on now.
I have got some really lovely notebooks, and
yeah, Mark's got another one.
Where?
Behind you.
So those are mine.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least Mark's in a book.
We need to do the shopping list.
Oh yes.
I know.
Maybe you need to make a book to put your measurements for your books in.
I'd lose it. So yes, Renee, that is my answer. I don't really, but I do keep little bits of paper all over the place.
Wendy's asked, can we see the scratched finger? Does that mean Wendy? The scratched finger.
Oh, I don't know where it is. I'll look it out. I cut a bit of my finger off and I scrapped it.
Yeah.
I cut the end of my finger off and it was quite substantial.
Which finger?
Oh, my middle finger.
Not the good finger.
No, it was on my right hand. Or was it? Yeah, because I was cutting with a knife, and that's why I've now got a safety ruler.
Oh, no. Right. Lorraine asks, is there a paper that you would love to make a mini book with, but it hasn't spoken to you yet?
There's lots of papers that I'd like to see somebody design that hasn't. A paper that... I must admit that sometimes, all right, I think I have a fairly good idea what this group likes to work with. And it can sometimes be really difficult for me to work with because it's not something that I would choose myself. So quite often papers, one of the worst ones, that I had to work with, and it's a beautiful, beautiful paper, don't get me wrong, but it's just not me. House of Roses, Wendy's book. It's pink and it's flowery. And I am neither of those things.
It just makes me laugh at how many of your books are flowery, though.
Well, in the end, I had to kind of resurrect a book that I'd made a few years ago and just tinker with that, and because it's a cute little book. But I seriously struggled with that one. But a paper that I'd like to make a mini book with. Actually, I'll tell you what I would like to make a mini book with. Stamperia Wonderland with the fairies and unicorns on, and I can't tell you why, because I don't. That's not me. But yeah, I quite fancy that.
We've got another one. Do you have a specific theme that you can resist, that you can't resist buying for, that piles up beyond what you will ever use?
Not a theme, but a brand. I should take you into my little room next door, where I have my Graphic 45 corner, where I go in daily and worship and stroke and sniff and don't use. And here's a little story, right? You know, like if you see paper and you think, I like that, it's nice, but I'm never going to use it, so I'm not going to buy it. Don't buy it. For goodness sake, just buy it. Because I didn't buy Cityscapes, Graphic 45 Cityscapes at the time. Loved it, thought I'm never going to use that, so I'm not going to buy it. And I have regretted it every moment of my life ever since. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I managed to get it. from a lady in the US, and she was very reasonable priced. I was chuffed to bits. In fact, actually, in the end, even with shipping, it pretty much only cost me what it would have cost me originally. But that is now in my Graphic 45 stash, and it is my favourite, and I'm never going to use it.
Oh, which is your favourite mini book make? Can I add a and why there as well?
Okay, I don't know the answer to and why. I keep forgetting where this camera is. It's there, isn't it? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know why, but my favourite is Office Hours.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's he doing behind me?
I don't know. I wasn't looking. I'm looking at the comments. Would you like to design your own paper collection?
That's Carly. Next question.
Next question. Next question, Mark. I've dropped a pencil.
Oh, there's no more. Oh, okay. Should we ask Mark what his favourite joke is?
No.
Yeah. Oh, can you show us your through?
Not to know.
This is the question: is she could show you, but how messy is it?
Yeah.
Why?
No.
I can make StreamYard work. Look, you can feel my nose. It's disconnected.
The chest cam came on.
Okay, hang on. Right. Okay, there's a little bit of mixture here. Well. There's my book, that orange and grey book right at the top.
The first one, isn't it?
Probably read words out on my. Don't look at my my calendar. That's exactly where I'm going to look. That Adam bought me because he knows me just a bit too well. So there's a bit of mixed media up there, and a book that totally fell to pieces because don't use tape. And then I don't know what's over there. Oh, down there, there's my. Oh no, don't look down there. There's. Oh no, that's all right. That's my sequin collection, which is huge. And then I've broken it. Have you messed? Is it not working?
What's that little bundle of things there in the corner? Oh, she's muted herself. Oh, don't worry, Karen. You've not missed anything. It's just pure chaos here.
Have I broken it?
No, you're back on now.
What's happened? Have I broken it? Have I broken it?
I don't know what you've done. It's impressive, whatever it is.
It's still working.
Right, okay.
So,
over here, I've got.
No, it's not working. Oh no. I've got these are stamps that I never use,
and then other stuff that I never use, and then over here, is this working? Is everybody? Oh no.
Yeah. Your middle one's not, but your webcam one that you're showing us on is.
No.
Hang on. I'm coming back.
She's disappeared. I'm just checking to see if we've missed any.
Is that working now?
Oh, cow!
That microphone, Mark. Can you switch it?
Ow! What were you trying to do to us? Well, I can see the captions now.
I know.
Don't know what you did.
Oh, there I am. Oh, I've got my name under me. Right, so, and then this is one of my favourite places, which used to be really, really tidy, and it's got all of my books on it, except they're now on top of our wardrobe because there's so many of the darn things. And then that's my mess. That is my utter total. That's the brush that I use to do the floor when I can't walk anymore, but it's buried in stuff. And then that's mess. And then Mark. Why don't I use stamps? Because I'm useless. And then Mark, this was Mark's big 3D. That's my bin. Very important. And then Mark had a huge 3D printer over here, which he's now taken down.
There's one link.
There's a bit of it. And then this is my desk, but there's my tea, which is cold. And then this very well. And that's my mess. Oh, you'll like these. Oh, let me show you these. In the what do you call it? In the Retreat at Home book. Oh, hold on. Just let me just put.
Sadie feels seasick. Can we?
I know. Right, a retreat at home book. That's got that's got this thingy here that Mark made. Oh no! Now you can see the bin outside. Right. Okay. This. Right. Okay. Look, it's a shaker pocket, but Mark. Look. Oh, Mark's made me. Look, this is the same out off my stamp.
It is lovely.
A shaker pocket. It's a shaker pocket.
I love how you're shaking it. It's a shaker
It's a
pocket.
shaker pocket. But so I'm gonna have a play with that because I thought that would be so much fun. So like this shaker that he's made for the front of the retreat book, he's made, and he can make anything because he's really clever. Is there any crafter that I take inspiration from? Yes. My favourite mini bookmaker who I think started me on my journey, and I happily send people her way. If you don't know her, I think she's absolutely amazing. It's Kathy King from Paper Phenomenon. Phenomenon. I think I'll have to look her up. You must, because I don't know how that woman thinks, but she is phenomenal. Yes. Although, I mean, I used to make her books all the time, but I must admit I haven't kept up at all in the last few years. I have no idea. I think she's
how would you
going? No advice. But yeah, her work is just amazing. Phenomenal.
Okay, well, is there any more questions from the chat, or can I read another one off the list?
No.
Okay.
Oh, a clock's a great idea, Sue. I'll get him on that. No, Sue just said about clocks and.
What
do you like my earrings?
What do you do on your days off, Cal?
Especially, I don't have days off. I don't. Seriously, I think I know I keep saying this, and it always sounds like when I say it, I always think it sounds like an excuse, which it really isn't meant to be. But there's only me. Mark has a full-time job, and the poor lad, he comes home, and I force him to make me a cup of tea, and then I force him to feed me, and then I force him to tape up parcels.
It was nice tea today.
It was lovely tea. I did provide the bread. And then I force him to make up parcels, and if we've got class, I force him to make the tech work. So but in the day, there's only me. And I do get horribly behind sometimes. I'm behind at the moment, actually, truth be told. Although all the posts out, which is good. But I do.
Days off, she gets drunk.
You what? Sorry.
Days off, she gets drunk.
Not anymore. Never again. Not after last time. Never. But I mean, don't get me wrong. If I wanted a day off, I'd take a day off. But I really love what I do. I really, really love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I just wouldn't. If I so I wanted a day off, I'd do it. I fully intend at some point we're going to have a holiday. We've never even had a honeymoon, and we've been married for nearly 11 billion years. I don't know. So yeah. Have I ever lost my crafting mojo? Oh. We all do. It's just the nature of the beast. Quite
this
normal.
Is a question we got sent in. How do you have more than 24 hours in a day? Because nobody can produce that amount of books by just having 24 hours like the rest of us.
Do you know, I'm making the books is such a small part of what I do. I've lost my camera. Where is it? There. Making the books is such a small part of what I do. I rarely craft. I'm usually busy packing parcels. That takes me forever. I'm really not very good at it. I really need some help in that direction. Somebody who actually knows what they're doing. Even though we've got a really great system, in the storeroom and everything's labelled and we know where everything is, it just seems to take, I don't know, I'm just not quick. So that takes up an enormous amount of time. Putting kits together, I mean, when you consider that like every element has to be separately packed. And can I just tell you that pretty much 99% of our packaging is now recyclable, which I am really excited about. And yeah, so things like our grey board, all of that, that's all recycled. So sometimes if you have a look at your grey board, you might find that it's got a little bit of type in it. So I've had some really nice little bits of type in my grey board, which I really like. So that's all recycled. And all of our plastic packaging now, if you get some plastic packaging from us that has got a white header on it, it is 100% recyclable. Okay, so that's really good news. And then we use sort of like a lot of card and paper as well, which obviously is recycled. And we do try and recycle, because obviously stuff comes to us in boxes. We do try and to use that again as well. And recycle where possible. So that really excites me. And I've forgotten completely why I was telling you this. My mate Hermione with a time turner. But no, seriously, most of what I do is making books. I rarely get a chance. And I mean, at the moment, I've got the bees book on the go. I have finished 6x6 Sunday. I need to do the sub box, although I know what I'm doing with that in my head. I've just got to start it. We need to. I've got to do the next bit of the project for crafting together with all brands. I've got a class I promised to do in another group, if not two. Oh, excellent! Good. There's somebody who knows how to time travel.
Who's that?
Yeah. So I actually, that's really impressed that I'm impressed that you think that I churn out a lot of books, because I don't think I do.
You do. You churn out a lot of books. I mean, like, I've got Bloom Street 2 6x6 Sundays, and a sub box that I've not even started. And
anyone would think you were a mother and somebody who went out to work.
I spent most of my days gallivanting about the fells, mate. What you're talking about, work.
Oh yeah, I'll have to come up and do that with you. That looks like so much fun.
It's a lot of fun. So someone that's I think it's Sadie. What hours do you keep?
Keep where?
Keep what kind of hours are you putting in?
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
I know why she's asking me this, because this is a little dig, isn't it, Sadie? Sadie thinks I work too late. It varies. I will be brutally honest with you and tell you that my usual hours. Mark goes out to work at 7, and he always leaves me a cup of tea, which is just lovely. So I wake up and I have my cup of tea, and I'm not. Here's something you didn't know. I suffer quite badly with arthritis. And I'm on any number of painkillers and goodness knows what else for them. So it takes me a little bit of time in the morning to get going. So I have to medicate. And then I once I'm up and running, I'm fine. I get on. So maybe I'll start about 9ish, maybe. But I get most of my work done later in the day. So usually I'm still working at 2 o'clock in the morning. But I haven't lately. I've had this infection and stuff, which has really caused me some problems. So I'm afraid I've been in bed before midnight, which has been really weird. But I like working late.
Yeah.
Got the tablet on, put a little, murder mystery on or something. Like listening to Bailey Sarian. Bailey Sarian. I'd crop with her. Oh yeah, she's ace. Yeah. The
world is quieter late at night. It's a lot easier to get things done late at night.
Yeah.
Everything's just still.
And one of the lovely things for me is that because I've got people watching, doing, making all over the world, I can almost offer a 24-hour service. Almost. But yeah, I'm usually up. If anybody, feels lonely and wants to message me, yeah, invariably up doing something.
Is that something? Could that be reading? Do you like to read? And when not crafting, and what type of books?
Mark said to me not very long ago that when we first met, I always had a book in my hand, and not a crafty book, a reading book. Always. And never stop reading. And I haven't picked up a book for as long as I can remember. But I'll tell you what I used to love. I love Ian Rankin and the Rebus, so sort of like murders. I know. Just don't worry about me, really. I'm fine. I've got no plan. Well, I have actually, but anyway, I love murder mysteries and stuff like that. But I love one of my favorite books is by a guy called Clive. Oh crikey! Anyway, it's called Weave World, and the main character is called Cal, admittedly a bloke, and that's a really what the heck's his name? Anyway, it's a brilliant book. I love that. And I loved Clive Barker. That's the one. Thank you very much. Jack Reacher books, but then I really went off it when the film came out. They chose the wrong actor. Is all I'm going to say. The series is really good. I like stuff like that.
Have you seen the remake?
What, the film?
No, they're making a TV series. They're making a TV series.
They've made it.
Yeah.
We've watched it. It's really good. Yeah, much
more.
The actor is much more what I would have expected Jack Reacher to look like.
What I was sorry for.
Just careful. Yeah. You're going to upset David.
Yeah.
It's on nobody's mates, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that mate up.
Oh God. Like meet him in a bathroom or something.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know. So yeah, I do love to read. Does Mark ever feel neglected? Who's asked that? Is that Sadie? I don't know because I can't see.
Sue Ellie.
Do you want to answer that, Mark?
No. That's the answer.
I don't think it is, though. I think you probably do.
No.
But he's there. He's in the
background.
background.
Is it neglected, or is it that he appreciates the peace and quiet?
Spend time in it.
That's what it is.
Sometimes.
I suspect, Sue, that he probably does, but he won't say. He would never say.
But he's there, making his little chuckles and bad jokes in the background.
Yeah.
What are your favourite binge watches?
American Horror Story. I don't tend to watch something more than once. I just watch it once and then I'm done with it. But American Horror Story, I have watched I don't know how many times, and I just watch it again and again and again and again. And films, the one that I can watch again and again and again, my favourite is The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Which, if you haven't watched, go and watch it, which is Judi Dench.
It is a very good film.
Maggie Smith. And it's absolutely fantastic. So I love that. But I listen to I'll just because I have stuff on the tablet when I'm working. I usually have Bailey Sarian on listening to her Murder Mystery and Makeup Monday. I should do that, shouldn't I? But not. We could have I don't know what can we call it? Something to do with books, but there isn't a day that begins with B. But anyway, something like that. But not doing makeup.
Is she the girl that does her makeup and tells like murder stories, like real crime stories and stuff like that?
Yeah,
she's quite. She's like got like blondish hair, hasn't she? And
well, it varies.
Like mine. Well, whenever I've seen it, it looks blondy.
No, I think she's dark at the moment. She was blonde at the beginning, but yeah, she's ace. I love her. I think she's great. So yeah, so I'd definitely crop with her. That would be great.
I'll see if there's any others on there. This is the background. Helen listens to you in the background while she's crafting.
Oh, that's nice. Do I have the sort of voice that sends people to sleep?
Oh, you need to do a murder mystery and mini album Monday. I like that.
I do wonder how long she spends researching, because when put Susan's thing back up, Mark, please.
Yeah, because we agree.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you. He does, and I wish he would. He was doing this. He started doing this about 4 years ago.
No, 6.
Yeah, but no, I mean making stuff for the shop. I've got hair up my nose. Yeah. And he kind of just stopped, and I don't know why, and he should. And thank you for saying that, Sue, because he is, right, this, okay, right, it is so clever. It is beyond clever. This is the joy of having an engineer on this. He sees things from a different, perspective than me. I just say, I want this. And it's not just a camera, but I said, right, I want this and it needs to do this. And he's gone off, and I don't really want to tell you exactly what he's done because it's so cool and somebody will steal his ideas. Because it is that cool. What are you doing? But it's just, he comes up with the best ideas and just doesn't follow through.
Maybe one day we'll see a Mark sub box. That's what I'd like.
He has actually got. Because I was so keen for him to do this. He's actually got a logo of his own. Keep talking, and I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, well, we've got another. Speaking of the future, where's it gone? What future do you see for the Scrap Lab?
Well, funny you should ask me that, because I actually really hate retail. It's not what I'm good at. I never wanted to shop. I don't enjoy it because to do it well, I like to do things well, and to do it well, you need to focus 100% on it. So the shop is, for me, a necessary evil because it sells stuff that I'm always running out of. So I can see it from the point of view of what I need as a crafter. But
Sue said teapots.
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 Yes, teapots.
I put the word teapot, didn't I?
You did a little one. So it doesn't. There are so many people out there who have got the best shops. They're absolutely fantastic. They've got the latest collections, paper-wise. It just works an absolute treat. I don't have any interest in doing that at all. However, I've been working this last weekend on a little plan for the shop, which is going to change things quite dramatically. We're still going to be able to, we're obviously going to have like the basics for mini bookmaking. Mark's what? Oh, so like the card, the grey board, all the nice little hardware bits that people like, the Tyvek, that the ones that rip and the ones that don't, and glue and all of that stuff, all of that basic stuff that we need to make books. But what I've been doing is I've been putting together proper structure kits. So you can say to me, right, Cal, I want a book. I want the structure kit for the yearbox, which is what we're making at the moment. And I actually have got some which will be going in the shop, but it's just the structure. It doesn't have any pattern papers or anything with it. So that means that you can just choose your pattern papers from wherever you like, and make that up for you. Because one thing that I really feel strongly about with books is that you can use them for all sorts of different reasons. Like, just because I use baby boy paper on a baby boy book, it doesn't mean that all of those have got to be baby boy books. Does that make sense? So I with just changing the paper, you can. Are you saying I'm a dog? So just changing the paper, we'll have that sort of big. We'll make a project completely different, and it means that you can make it what you want it to be. However, I think there is still room for the Scrap Lab. What's he doing? There is still room for the Scrap Lab.
New, I like that.
To sell pattern paper, but not as we know it. So what I've been doing is I have been getting some of the stuff that we've got in stock, and I have been making bundles. So, say for instance, we've got. Right, I love Stamperia Winter Tales. Just an example. Beautiful paper. It's got squirrels on it and white poinsettias. So I've taken that and I put it in one of my grey Cal Summers kit bags, and I've added in other things. So things that go with it, like plain cardstock, but of the right sort of maybe a shade of blue. I've added in things like gems that go with it, and I've made a kit, but it's a kit that you could use on any book. So what we're going to do is we're going to have all of our books set out as structure kits. So you could buy, this is just one I've got here. So this is the fairy wings one. Okay. So you could buy the structure kit, which will have, the canvas all of the bits that you need. You know, it might have a charm hanger in there. It'll have the card that you need, the grey board that you need, and that'll be posted to you. But you might want to use Carefree, right? Heidi swap Carefree with it. That's up to you. So it just means that you can just mix and match. So you can get your papers from us, maybe this sort of kit that I've put together of weird and wonderful things. Or you might decide that you're going to go, I'm not going to lie, one of my favourite pattern paper places to go is the Mad Scrapper up in Scotland. So you might decide to go and speak to Janine and get something from her, but it doesn't matter because you're making a book. So we're not going to be providing paper in the same way that we were before, but I think it might actually make you more creative. Does that make sense? So you can mix and match. So you can say, right, I want that Winter Tales kit, but I want it with the Fairy Wings book. So you buy the Fairy Wings structure book, but that bundle. And if you don't want the bundle, just buy the structure. Does that make sense? It's a bit different, but that's what we're going to be doing.
Is the thing.
Yeah, yes, I agree, Anne Kristen. You're right. That's the thing. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. So that's and I think, Anne Kristen, you're right. We know what we're good at and we know what we're not good at, and so that's what we're going to focus on. So a bit different, but I think it will work.
Little one. Okay, and then we've got another one that someone has sent in. Is there a possibility of doing a book with more pop-ups and interactive elements in the future?
Yeah, we can do another pop-up book. I took a whole load of books out of here and I put them on the top of our wardrobe. I don't think I've got. Okay, we did a pop-up book for one of the retreats. Well, it was one not last year, the year before. So yeah, something like that, absolutely. Funnily enough, I've been looking at little pop-ups and closures and things. So yeah, we can. Yeah, leave it with me.
Anne says, please start a shop in Sweden. Can you ship to Sweden?
I do ship to Sweden. Actually, I ship to Sweden quite a lot. What's that? 3D? Oh, that's clever.
3D?
Right, turn it round. Three. Yeah, we see it says 3. Oh, I see.
D. That's very funny.
It is. Yeah, you have done a few things. I'm still looking at the possibility of opening up a distributor or finding a distributor. This is the thing. Things just go to the wayside and don't get done. But I'd still very much like to find or sort out having somebody probably in the US to start who'll stock my stamps and stuff. And there is actually, I would say that there would be a market for kits that way as well, because shipping is absolutely awful price wise, and it's just going to get worse. So it would be nice to work with, businesses in other countries to provide, but I have zero idea how that would work. But yeah, I'd like to do that for sure.
I suppose that would work well with doing the structure kits as well, so you're not having to ship as much.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, I sometimes feel really guilty because I'm shipping at quite a high price, but having said that, I buy an excellent service. So I've found with shipping that you do get what you pay for. But I'm shipping stuff like cardstock to wherever, and that makes me feel really guilty because I know it shouldn't, but it just does. Because it's like it's heavy and it's just I don't know.
And they can probably get it in the US as well.
Yeah, but I think
it's sent over here and then sent back.
Yes, but I think that does happen actually with pattern paper. Yeah. But I think we craft quite differently. In fact, actually, you lovely US ladies and Canadian ladies can probably tell me about this. But one thing that I've found that is a big difference between us, which actually works really beautifully for us at the Scrap Lab, is that I'm trying to put this in a way that I'm not going to alienate either my British or my American customers here, but there's just a different way of doing things. This is Mark telling me off, and it's just a different way of doing things. And I think that In the US, maybe we like the idea of having it all sorted and ready to go, and you don't have to faff about finding stuff. But in England and the UK, would I say that we enjoy the challenge of trying to get something the cheapest possible way? Would that be fair?
And we enjoy
I
it.
just
Absolutely.
upset everybody.
Chaos.
That's a hobby in itself, isn't it? Let's be honest. So it's quite an interesting mix. I love it. I love trying to figure out the best way to do it, but shipping it drives me nuts.
It's not what you need. So I think that the general consensus is you need someone in the US and Canada as a stockist.
I need somebody in the UK to come and help me.
I mean, I would, but it's great. Aye.
It's great. It's great up in Yorkshire. Aye, it's great.
Great. What have you got in the pipeline for this year?
Oh. I wish I could tell you. A couple of collaborations, which I can't tell you about, but one of them is mega. We've got retreats coming up, which are really exciting. Really excited to be back doing that. Face-to-face retreats, which, you know, it's been a while. Stuff.
Anne's going to come work for you. She's going to move from Sweden, and
that would be fine. I can't pay you, except in paper.
Well, she says that she'll take payment for room and food.
Yeah.
I like Anne. Every time she pops up, she makes me smile.
There you go. That's brilliant.
Because that is such a mood. I will come work for you, but you need to feed me and give me a room.
That would not be an issue. That we can do.
And cat cuddles.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Look. Oh,
you've been scratched.
Yes, I think so. It's either that or a burn, but I don't remember burning myself. So I'm going to assume it's a cat cuddle. I don't know.
It's either a cat or a burn. We don't know. What's the most amount of projects you've had going at one time?
Several. I've got about 6 on the go at the moment. I know. And I'll tell you how I do it. Shall I tell you how I do it? Right. Here's one I made earlier. Under my desk, I have got... Oh, no. That sounds me. Under my desk, I have got... Right. A load of these Western boxes. Okay, loads of them. And what I do is I keep projects in there when I'm working on them, or not working on them, so that I always know that if I just pull out this box, this is this project with the kitchen handle machine. Right, so I know that that's all, that's all there and in one place. And then I've got, hang on. Oh, that's one I haven't finished yet. That was my small square mini that I haven't finished. And then that was my year box. I haven't but anyway, basically I keep everything in these big Western boxes under the desk, and then I just pull out whichever one. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh, 9, because this is for the retreat at home. This is the photographs of the retreat at home. 9.
What's in the box?
Let's see.
Yeah, go on. We want to see, don't we, everyone? I keep looking down there like everyone's there. Oh,
photo.
That's lovely.
This one I wasn't very happy it didn't come out right. Oh no, not that one. This one. This one.
Which one didn't come out right?
The Suggs. Oh yeah. To quote my sister, marks out of 2, I'd give him 1.
Oh God. Oh, that's a nice one.
It is a nice one. And then
so I think you're doing a big 12 by 12 photo layout.
Yeah, I thought it might be nice to use a big one. So I really need to do that. What am I supposed to do with it?
Yes, you do. End of this week, please.
Oh, and that's my daughter. That's my my daughter,
And her
and that's
partner.
her partner. They've
Yeah.
just moved to Norfolk and left me. This was in Birmingham at the Christmas market before we went to see Madness. And we were walking down the street, and this little kid walks past and pulls on his dad's hand and says, "Dad, is that Santa?"
He's up the north.
Santa.
Why is he always pulling faces?
You know, it's just the wind changed and it stayed like that.
Oh, that's me looking all sultry and mean and moody.
I quite like that one.
I could put this one up and you wouldn't know it was me. I like it too. I look intelligent and stuff.
Intelligent and stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So that's what's in the box.
That's what's in the box.
Yeah. There you go. I really need to do something with those.
Yes, you do.
And then I've got the sub box.
Right in.
Yeah. And then I've got, that's a 6x6 Sunday that's coming up. And that's for the sub box.
Yes.
I need to shift the
puddle jump
now.
box.
Talking about paper. This is my best friend from school. We did art together at A level. I'd love to know what you guys think about this. She's a Christian artist. She lives up on Holy Island. And she kind of like doodles. It's absolutely beautiful. And I am trying to persuade her to bring out a line.
Mm-hmm.
So she gave me this. So I could make a little book for 6x6 Sunday or something. And I've had it for the best part of a year and I haven't done anything with it. It's cool, isn't it?
It is cool. I like the rainbows and things. They're really nice.
Exactly. So yeah, go and look at Lindisfarne Scriptorium. Mary Fleeson, so my best mate at school. And they're just lovely. So she hand draws all of these little doodles and things. And
I like that one in the bottom. That's nice.
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
So that might be fun to do.
Oh, to have talent.
I know. I can't draw.
Is there a kit for the bees?
Yes. There's just no book. That's not true. There's a page.
I have a book.
When we finished here, I will be working on that. But this is the trouble, you see, because actually what I really need to be doing is sorting out the retreat stuff and making sure that everybody's got their statements and everything. And then I keep getting sidetracked because I don't like doing the admin stuff.
Don't know what you're looking at me for. I nudged. Oh dear.
So I've bored you all for long enough now. Are we done?
Are we done? Well,
my tea's cold.
It was going to be cold. But when were you going to drink it?
I don't know.
There is a few more. There's one more that's been sent in. When designing a book, how do you know if you will have enough paper for decorating and matting? Is there any maths involved?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very, very technical, detailed, algorithmic, algebraic formula. Unfortunately, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I will tell you that most of my books, when I start, I intend them to be a lot bigger than they actually end up. But I run out of paper, so I have to stop putting pages in. So, no is the answer. The books tend to be as big as I've got paper for.
So is there a thought process of, I'm going to use this paper because this has got X amount of sheets in it and it's a really big book, so it's going to need a lot of paper?
No.
You just wing it and hope for the best.
I just buy the paper and then think, what am I going to do with it, with what I've got? I do wing it. And then just kind of, there probably is a very technical mathematical equation, but I have no idea what that is. I literally, you guys I need a personal assistant. You're not wrong. I wing everything, but I think most of you know that by now.
Elaine wants to know, do you make the pages first, then the binding?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because, well, no, that's not true. Am I kidding? You know, like when I show you a book, that will be I just can't make a book more than once easily. It just doesn't, my brain doesn't work that way. So what the book that I show you that we're going to make is the one that there's not been like a prototype before that. I just make it and that's going to be it. But I do realise sometimes I get away from myself and I make the cover too soon, which is kind of what happened with Let It Snow, and then I have to go back and make something a bit wider or change something. And really and ideally, I should remake the whole book, but I haven't got time most of the time.
I haven't got time most of the time.
Oh, hang on. Let me show you. This is the cover for the Bees book because I've got an idea for it. But I have zero idea if the pages are going to fit in. I have made one page. It's my job for tonight. And I finished the next 6x6 Sunday. So I'll put that up in the shop tomorrow, I think. But that's dead easy. I would show you that tonight, but I've left it downstairs because I was taking some photos this morning. So, but that's done. That's quite cute, actually. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah.
So you wing it.
Maths is not my strong point, so we'll leave that there. I think we've established that with my cutting guides.
I don't know. They come out okay. We all make mistakes.
My theory is it wouldn't be a Cal Summers class if there isn't a mistake in the cutting guide. It's expected of me. I have to do it deliberately now, just so you guys all feel at home.
I agree. I think we've actually got through all the questions. No, they haven't got through. You've answered anyway. So
hexagons. I've a tasked mark with a little task, haven't I, dear?
Ooh,
I know, so have I. There may be a little hexagon thing going on. Not a shaker, but there may be a little hexagon thing going on. I'll leave that there.
With hexagons and bees and things like that. So what's next for Cal Summers then? What is the next plan?
I'm literally just winging it. I know where I want to go and I know what I want to do. I'm not quite clear as how I get there.
It's fine.
I've got so many ideas and things that I want to do and yeah, time. Got so much I want to do. So much I want to do.
So little time.
Well, either that or I'm just really useless at managing it. Have I ever used digital papers?
Yeah.
No, because I haven't got a decent printer. Well, I have, but I broke it, sort of. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't. I think digital papers are amazing. And I was looking for some Peter Rabbit papers today for somebody. And there's loads out there, but they're all digital. So I think if you're looking for something that's a bit more niche, digital papers are absolutely incredible. Is it Nitwits that Paul Ford does stuff with? Beautiful. Mind you, his work is beautiful, whatever paper he uses. But those Nitwits ones look really cool. And they're digital, I think. And then is it Echo Park? They do digital and they do One Book Wednesday where you can download for $1. Incredible.
Yeah, I saw one called Boy Mum. And it was so specific to being the parent of a boy. I was like, I need this paper. Why is it digital?
Absolutely.
If someone could print the digital papers and sell them, they're onto a money-making idea. Has Mark ever done one of your classes as a crafter?
Mark has done a craft class. Can I have it, dear? Not one of mine. But Mark did a mixed media class with Tracy Evans. It was somebody else that I love and adore. So yeah,
it is so lovely.
It is wonderful, isn't it? That's the first time he's ever done anything like that. You know, and under Tracy's guidance, pretty impressive.
Mm.
I'm not sure whether Mark's just good at it or Tracy's an excellent teacher. Let's go for a bit of both.
Bit of
But yeah,
both, yeah.
settled.
Let's not lean it one way or the other. It's a bit of both.
It is a bit of both, but yeah.
Is he a good
Yeah.
student? Yeah.
Huh?
Not
Is he a good
that.
student? Does he do as he's told?
Always.
Yeah. So I think that's all the questions, unless anyone has a quick one they want to get in. But we've covered.
I think I've bored you for long enough.
You've not bored us. I
So
don't
the
think you've bored us
questions,
at all.
though,
Not even a
I
little
was
bit.
expecting, you know, some scary ones.
What did you think we were going to ask you, Cal? What's hiding in your cellar?
Quite a lot. Mark says something about vectors, which is worrying. I don't know.
Oh,
Me too. Who said that? I can't see. It just says Facebook user. Who said that? Trish. Oh, thank you. I love our little group. I absolutely love it. Well, right back at you, Helen. You might not realise this, but I actually do spend an awful lot of time in the group. I mean, if it wasn't for Wendy looking after paper scissors and for Sue looking after the Scrap Lab group, because I can't do everything, and I just leave these guys to get on with it, and they just do such a phenomenal. I mean, actually, even you, Ellie, you're all right. I mean, I am just surrounded by the best possible people, you know, who just do amazing things, and it's because I think everybody is so supportive of each other. I spend a lot of time in there, and do you know what? I promise you that I read pretty much everything, but I forget to comment. And I know that sounds really ridiculous, but it's 100% true. I've commented in my head, but I always go back and read comments at class as well. So I do read and follow, but I love to see what I see in the group inspires me. It really does, and. Like most people, there's days that aren't so good. And I know that all I've got to do to turn my day around is go and spend 5 minutes in Paper Scissors or the Scrap Lab group. And I see how people are with each other. And I see how kind people are towards me. And it can change the whole feel of a day. And I am beyond grateful for that. And I realise that I am remarkably lucky.
And I think it says a lot about you as well, that even on Christmas Day, you came on and did a class so that no one had to spend Christmas on their own. Like,
you wanted us. Our family just deserted us. No, they just, you know, basically kicked us out and said, we don't want you. You just cause trouble. You just come round and eat all the turkey. So, you know, you're on your own this year. No, I don't. No, that's not true. Yeah, that's important to me. That is really important to me. It is important to me that people don't feel on their own at all. And you know, I mean, I'm not always good at responding straight away to messages, but I will respond to messages. If I've got them, I'll respond to them. Although, having said that, we had one come into the Scrap Lab the other day from October 2020, and it popped up for both Mark and I. I mean, what the heck was that all about? So if I haven't replied, I'm really sorry, but we seem to be having a few issues. But I will always try and reply, because you know, I make books, but I'm still a human being. But I know what it feels like to be on your own, or to, you know, be a bit fed up. And sometimes just a little conversation can make all the difference. And I've been lucky enough to have had people who have done that for me. So I am just turning the favour.
And I think you've definitely created a wonderful space.
Time with us. So that's why we did Christmas Day. He's laughing. I don't know why he's laughing, because it's true. Well, I love it. I love the group. And I am generally knocking about somewhere not too far away. So yes. There we go. Can I have my cup of tea now?
I'm just reading some of the comments. You're getting so many lovely comments. Yes, you can drink your tea now. We'll let you go. You're just getting lots of lovely comments, and you're going to have to go through and read them all.
Facebook views, so I'm going to have to go and
It's a.
Oh.
Okay.
I will cry. I'd just really rather not do it on camera, but I will cry.
She's gonna go cry into a cold tea.
About my cold tea. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But anything you think that I give you, you give back to me 1,000-fold. I just yeah, you do. I'm not going to say because I'm going to get all emotional now. But you do. I do.
No, don't, because you set me up.
You do, and you will never know how grateful I am. Every single one of you. There you go. Now, Ellie, tell us where you got your dress from, please. Tell us where you got your dress from. Because it's awesome.
I got it from a shop called Captain Jellyfish in Skipton. And they are one of the few stockists of a brand called Run and Fly, which make clothes in inclusive sizes from 6 to 20 something. And I'm so here for it. And it's all organic cotton, and it's just, they're great. And the big patterns.
And they're beautiful. Oh, me too. He says, I only wear black really, but yeah, I like big pants too.
They had lots of black ones as well.
Well, next time we're on, I'll I showed you earlier, didn't I? My jumpsuit with the dancing girls on. Yeah. Yes. I haven't had the guts to wear that yet, but I think I'm going to have to because that is one seriously awesome dress you've got on there. I approve.
You're going to have to get it on next time.
You can take me to the shop.
Yes. Yeah. The Skipton's just fantastic.
That's not a phrase I ever thought I'd hear.
No, there's not much else there. Sheep and shops. That's
and shops.
Sheep and shops.
I'm walking, Mark says. Yeah. So we're going to do one of these with you. Questions for Mark?
No,
time to go to bed. Yeah. Next month, I'm just tying her down for a date, but Morag's going to come from Bramble Fox and have a chat. And then the month after that, we have got my friend Vicky, who makes the most awesome junk journals. And yes, let's go crafting in Yorkshire. I agree. You can find her at the Bijou Book Nook about the pockets. Who was that directed at you or me? I've got pockets.
Oh, is that Sam? It has pockets.
Well, it's got to be. Let's see.
No, I can't have to stand up.
Yeah,
it's got pockets that are deep enough to actually put
that is so awesome. Oh my god. I love it.
Yeah, that was my friend Sam. Yeah, everyone's
estimated. I've got pockets in my dungarees, but I'm not going to stand up because they make me look ginormous. Because they're a bit big, but I love them. They're my favourites.
The only thing it's lacking is a pocket here. My dungarees have got a pocket here, and I just like pop things into it. It's great. What's that?
It's a thing. That's from Dad. He said the thread's wrong, but it's the right width.
It was called Captain Jellyfish, Karen. Captain Jellyfish, because why not?
Listen, I'm totally up for travelling around. If you want to get a gang of people together and have a class, I'm quite happy to travel and do classes and stuff. So if you want me to come and do something, just drop me a line and we'll see what we can sort out.
But it'll be like Cowfest in Reading and Leeds.
People will think it's a nice sunny California thing.
Cowfest.
Yeah. Okay, right. We're going to go make my cup of tea.
Yeah, I'll let you go. Thank you again.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for having me this evening, Ellie. It's been lovely to share your channel with you.
I'm here. I'm always here.
And you've got a book, haven't you? You've made another book.
Do you want to see it?
I do. Let's see. Because Ellie's going to do this for a class, aren't you, Ellie?
Yeah. At some point, I've used the Fernwood collection, and it's a little bit like the a little bit like the brag book, but not like the brag book. It's some sort of wallet, and in here you can put all your little bank cards and things and whatnot. And then there's a little slip that's upside down. A little slip here to put all little niggly bits and photos
so
in and
cute.
things. And then there's this, which is my favourite bit, because it comes off. So it's just a little accordion, and you can just fold it back up, and then it's attached with magnets, which obviously, if I can find them upside down, flip back in.
The crack.
Dump it on the thing. Just get it going. Just get it going. Yeah, there you go.
I love it. When are we going to do that? I'll tell you what. Just to give me an extra week or two to do the bee book.
The bee book.
Do you want to do it after we finish the year box?
How long have we got left of the year box?
1 week. So do you want to do it next week and maybe the week after? I'll come to Sweden. Shall we?
Let me check my calendar.
Let's talk.
Let's talk numbers. I also need to do a cutting guide.
Oh, don't ask me.
Because that's in a book somewhere written down.
That's what Cal does.
Hang on, I think all the measurements are written in here somewhere.
On a scrappy piece of paper.
No, it's in a book. I just don't know which bit of the book. just not made a thingy yet.
So you're going to hear first. Ellie's going to be doing this wonderful new little book. Not this week, but the week after. She just doesn't know it yet.
Don't know it yet.
That'd be great. And then I can get the big book finished.
In other words, Carl needs more time to get things done, so Ellie's got to cover. That sounds
exactly. Brilliant. Also, it is a pretty awesome little book, to be fair. And now you've shown people, they're going to want to make it. So, yeah. I want to make it.
Yeah, I really liked making this one. And you know what? I like the papers as well. This Fernwood collection's fantastic.
It is nice.
It speaks to me on a whole level.
Yep.
It's got bluebells and mushrooms. And
I like mushrooms.
I like mushrooms too. So, yeah. So there you go. I don't know what I'll be using in class. Probably won't be Fernwood because I don't want to use any more of it.
Yeah, I totally identify with that. Brilliant.
Right, okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening to us witter quite considerably. If you want to hear some more wittering, our next wittering is going to be in the retreat at home. We're going to do a scrap off, Ellie and I, on the Friday night. This is a separate Facebook group that we've got going, and it's for the weekend. It's the 18th, 19th and 20th of March. We're going to be doing scrapbooking all weekend. Lots and lots of challenges. We have got a little mini book, which is that one that I had earlier that I really have lost now. I don't. It's right in front of me. This one. So we've got that class on the Saturday night. But yeah, we're going to be doing a scrap off on the Friday, which means that we're going to have a sketch. Am I right, Ellie?
Yeah.
And we're going to see which one of us makes the better job from the sketch, but there'll be a lot of chatting and banter and stuff.
General Pennine banter.
Yeah, cross Pennine banter, something like that. So if you want to come and join us for that, that's the information is in the shop. It's £10 for a ticket, which gets you the whole weekend, plus all the pre-challenges, which Ellie's done. But it should be fun. It should be a really good weekend. So if you want to, I'll put some information up in the group tomorrow, and in a minute I'm going to put up some more information about the next 6x6 Sunday, which I'm really rather pleased with. But we'll have a look at that properly in class on Wednesday. So yeah,
lovely.
Right. Well, thank you very much for having us, and we'll see you soon. So
yeah, see ya. Bye.
Bye.